Hello everyone. Welcome to today's session. I'm really excited to be with our friends today from Marketri and Scrubs. Hey Jen, hi Diana, how are you?
Hello.
You
Hi,
do
Axelle.
well? Yeah. Hi. So today we're going to talk about proving your marketing agency ROI to clients. It's a big topic, easier said than done, but not impossible. And we're going to see with a concrete use case and project that was led with or by Marketri and Scrubs. And we're giving you the recipe of that successful project. Um, just to get started in the best way, I want to make sure that we and you can hear us and see us properly. If there are any issues during the webinar, let me know in the chat. You can also ask your questions at any point during the webinar, and we'll address them at the end. A reminder: this webinar is recorded, and you will get the link in a couple of days. So if you have to jump off, or if you want to share it with your fellow marketers and agencies, you can. And moving on, we have quite an agenda set up for today. First of all, we're going to discuss how the client agency relationship has changed over the years. And then the impact of the quote unquote old way of reporting, not only on your relationship with clients, but also on your team's productivity. And we're going to tackle the challenges of unifying data across all channels to make sure that it all talks to each other. And we're going to give you practical solutions to make sense of all that data. And a little bonus, Diana worked on a bundle of dashboard templates that you can use not only with your existing clients, but to quickly onboard new clients. Just to make it a little bit more personal, meet Jen and Diana. If you want to introduce yourselves, ladies.
Sure. Hi, I'm the Jen Marino. I am a Chief Growth and Marketing Officer at Marketri, and I lead the development of the dashboard that you're going to be seeing for our clients, working with the Scrub team.
Yeah, so hi everyone. I'm Diana Peralta, Senior Data and Analytics Manager at Scrub. So I handle the data and analytics team that offers various clients data and analytics services, including data visualization using cloud-based interactive dashboards and reports automation.
That's great. And yours truly, I'm Axelle, and I represent ClicData today, and I'll be moderating, sorry, the conversation and the chat. So if you have any question, I'll be addressing them as well. Just to give us a little bit more context, Jen, if you can introduce Marketri in a few words.
Sure. So Marketri offers outsourced marketing services to give companies access to the exact slice of strategic leadership and team they need to turn their marketing and growth initiatives into a powerful revenue generator. And by giving companies the precise skill sets and resources their marketing plan requires, without that big FTE commitment, we can apply the right resources at the right time so that we can allocate more of the budget to marketing execution and less to overhead. We work closely with the Scrub team to build dashboards that we use with our clients to optimize our efforts and demonstrate the quantifiable impact that we make to the business.
That's great. Thank you. And Diana, if you want to talk about Scrub.
Yep, sure. So, Scrubbed is a professional services firm that offers a wide range of services to international clients, including accounting, corporate finance, and advisory. tax, professional firm support services, and specialized services such as data and analytics. So we're a firm of over 1,300 professionals based in the Philippines, and we also have a headquarters in San Francisco, USA. So, as the leader for the data and analytics team, we offer our dashboard build services to various clients, primarily using ClicData um, for different use cases. So, for with Marketri, we are servicing them with marketing and sales dashboards, but we also can build other financial and operations dashboards as well.
Cool. And I think that you also provide some dashboards for inventory and retailers. We've talked about that a couple of years ago.
Yes, yes, that's
That's
correct.
cool. All right. And just to wrap things up in terms of intro, I represent ClicData, and we are a data management and analytics platform. It's all in one, fully cloud-based, and as you can see on the little diagram, we provide everything you need for reporting and BI purposes and projects, from data integration, storage, cleaning, transformation, automation, visualization, collaboration, you name it. And we work with companies and organizations across the world in various verticals and industries, marketing firms, retail and e-commerce, hospitality, tourism, leisure, but also automotive. That's pretty agnostic. And that's a wrap. Let's get to the interesting stuff. So we said that the client agency relationship changed over the years, but how exactly? We and I say we as a in-house marketer, we want more transparency and build stronger relationship with our partners, and I think that's the real keyword here. We expect agencies to understand our businesses and processes, and report to us in a timely manner, because monthly reporting is not enough. Sometimes I like to get to my social media stats and data whenever I need it to report to my own management. And we expect our partners to deliver actionable insights as well, not just data, but better conversations across all channels, and ultimately showcase the ROI, the golden metric. That's something that I've experienced and that we've seen, but maybe Jen, if you have anything to add to it from the other side of the pond.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Clients do want more transparency today. They want to understand what's working, what's not, as well as what they're getting for the investment that they're making in their marketing activities. And they want to know how it all ladders up to their overall business objectives. They also want to feel like their marketing partners and agencies are thinking about this as much as they are, and are being proactive about taking action to optimize when it's necessary.
Yeah, definitely. And since you've made that observation, Jen, and how would you describe the challenges that you faced back then, when you reported to your clients, and the impact, and not only the challenges but also the impact that this reporting situation had on your team and your client relationship?
Yeah, that's a great question. Some of the challenges include the fact that we need to pull data from many different sources to measure and optimize these efforts. Sources can include things like Google Analytics, GA4, Google Ads and Search Console, but also other providers like SEMrush for SEO, or HubSpot and Salesforce for your CRM. All those disparate data sources need to come together, and we need to integrate them into one report that can take several hours each month to pull together. Then once all that data is pulled, we need to look at it and see what the data is telling us. What is the insight? What is the story that we're seeing? What's working and what's not? And all of that takes an enormous amount of time, which takes away the time we could be spending optimizing and making decisions.
Absolutely. And now that we have a better understanding of the problems and the issues, we come with practical solutions and a step-by-step roadmap to streamline your client reporting. Diana, would you mind describing that project and the key milestones?
Yep. So for the roadmap, specifically for what we did for Marketri, so our dashboard build process starts first with a conversation with them. So in this case, with Jen, to understand the business's requirements and the purpose of the reporting. So we ask what uh, metrics they want to measure, the data that they want to include, and the sources for this data. We also ask for the brand guidelines for the specific client, um, which we are building the dashboards for, and request for access for the tools and platforms where we need to source the data from. And then after that, based on that conversation, we create a mock-up or a wireframe of the dashboard where we lay out the metrics, the charts,
Mm,
the graphs, all the visual elements, including the filters that we would like to
mm,
include, and then send it to Jen for her approval and sign off. Then once she's good with that, we proceed with pulling the data from the different
mm,
sources. So the good thing with ClicData is that it has native connectors to this various sources. So can connect directly to HubSpot, to
mm,
Salesforce, to social media such as LinkedIn. Um, but if ever the client also will be using Facebook, Instagram, and other social media, it's also possible to connect directly to those. And as Jen said, Google Analytics and
mm,
all other marketing platforms as well. So once we pull the data successfully from those sources, we clean and transform the data and then validate the consistency and accuracy of data
mm,
from the sources. And then we proceed with the actual dashboard build, where we build all the KPIs, the metrics, the charts and graphs, all the visual elements, filters, and then, of course, apply the look and feel that is consistent with the branding of the company.
mm.
And then once that is done, we again validate all the dashboards and then review internally and then set up a call with Jen to review the dashboards as a whole and ask for feedback. So if there's any comments from her, we apply the necessary changes and finalize the dashboards. So that's the whole
That's
process in a nutshell. Yeah.
and that looks very smooth, but also very collaborative, right? It does require a lot of data skills and data work to make the data clean and transform. But the business users and stakeholders are very much involved in the process and should be, because one, it saves you time, Diana, and two, it ensures also, I think, and we've seen that adoption of the dashboard as well in the long run. And how much time, how long would you say it took you to get to the final validation of the first set of dashboards?
Yeah, for the first set of dashboards, um, we took about from the conceptualization, initial conversation with Jen, to the finalization. Um, Actually, almost 2 months for the first set of dashboards, but we target to reduce that on the
Mm,
next set of dashboards. So we're estimating we can finish the next ones in less than a month. And also, it depends actually on the complexity of the requirements. So the first dashboard
absolutely.
that we built was actually a more complex one.
Mm.
So it really has a lot of data sources that we need to integrate,
Mm.
and a lot of cleanup to do. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But even 2 months, I mean, it's not that long, given the complexity of the work. And if you start, let's say, at the beginning of the quarter, you still have your first set of dashboards at the end of the quarter. So you would have the first answers to your question within the quarter, which is great. Um, and I think that you have a couple of more than a couple of dashboards to show. Let me switch over to screen share. All right. I'll hand it over to you.
All right. So yeah, so this is a sample dashboard, very similar to what we have built for Marketri. So since again this is using ClicData, so you can access it through any web browser, because this is cloud based, and this is, as you can see, very customizable. So for this one, we use the scrubbed branding for demonstration purposes. So if you clicked on that icon on the upper left, there's a panel that will show like a menu of the dashboards that you can choose from. So this first one is a marketing dashboard website overview, which pulls from Google Analytics. And as you can see, it's very interactive. There are drop down menus, and it shows this KPI indicators up at the top, and then down below further charts and graphs. And we also included here a date filter, which you can use to drill down to specific dates or date ranges. So again, this one is pulling live from the data source, and this is scheduled to refresh twice a day. But it is possible to set up multiple refreshes within the day, depending on the preference of the users. So that's for website overview. There's also the marketing performance. So for this one, this is being sourced from HubSpot. Again, similarly, there are number indicators on the top, and further graphs and charts down below. So as mentioned, since this is customizable, this is what we talk about at the initial phase of the engagement, which metrics and types of charts and graphs the client wants to see. So yeah, and this is social media performance. This one is from LinkedIn. As you can see, we can also add a toggle here, whether you want a comparison versus the prior period or historical trend. Um, yeah, so it's possible to add toggles and other filters as well, if there are other types of attributes that you want to use
Yeah.
to further drill down the data.
And that's
And
really
then
great. That LinkedIn, sorry to interrupt, but that
that's-
LinkedIn dashboard, I mean, for
mhm.
every marketer who worked on LinkedIn, we know and they know that the built-in analytics is really hard to navigate and to and to understand, because there's no history of the data. It doesn't keep. I don't remember the time frame, but it's really short. Whereas here we can see all the time evolution and growth, which is great. So just a call out, but this is a great dashboard.
uh, well, thank you for that. Yeah, so it's really well. Also, kudos to ClickData because it's able to also perform data warehousing. So it can store all the historical data and keep it in the cloud. So that really makes that possible
Mm.
for us to drill down to historicals. So this one is leads overview under sales performance. There are some clients that will pull this from HubSpot, some from Salesforce. So depending on where they
Mhm.
want to source their data from. So as you can see, you can see this booked revenue, deal information, the leads funnel, deal stage pipeline, sales pipeline, and opportunity pipeline and weighted forecast category. So yeah, so it can go from very high level information, summarized KPIs, down to being able to drill down through the use of tables. Actually, in some of our dashboards, especially for example, those that really have um, very detailed information, it's possible to just double click and drill down further into that line item. Again, if that's what the client wants to see.
Yeah. That's great. Thank you very much, Diana. And I think you did an amazing job building this set of dashboards. And Jen, since you're using with your clients, I assume that it was a game changer for them and for you guys as well. Would you mind maybe telling us a couple of examples of how it improved the conversation with your clients, and yeah, walk us through the key metrics that you present and that clients love.
Sure. Well, as Diana mentioned and showed everyone, you can see that there are leading indicators or KPIs like LinkedIn, where we can look at what posts are driving the most engagement, what kinds of posts, what subjects are driving the most engagement, what days of the week are best for posting to get that engagement. We can say the same thing when it comes to things like email. And then we can use things like the overview pages to look at what are the overall efforts of everything that we're doing, all of the marketing initiatives that we're executing against throughout the year. How are they driving new MQLs for the business? And then what % of those are turning into opportunities? If you look at the sales dashboard, this one that's being shown right now shows not only the MQLs, but also where are those MQLs coming from? So which marketing efforts are driving the most MQLs? And what is the cost of doing that? Where are we getting the most efficiencies? And can we do more of those things? So the overall dashboard not only gives us an indicator of how we're doing day to day, week to week, month to month, but also can get to that golden ROI that we keep talking about for the client. And we actually give our clients access to these dashboards, and they're in there every day looking at different metrics because they're fascinated with the idea that they can look at things on their own and ask us questions as well and become better informed about how marketing is driving the business.
That's great. I would love to have dashboards like that from my freelancers and marketing agencies. That's really great. Thank you, ladies. And I think we have a couple more slides to go over. So you already kind of mentioned that, but the impact of that streamlined reporting for your clients. If you want to maybe summarize that, Jen.
Yeah, we've already talked about the number of hours spent each month gathering the data. And these hours aren't really adding any value yet because we're just trying to bring the data together. It's not until we have a dashboard where we're looking at all the metrics in one place that the real insights occur. And so because we're focused on delivering real value to our clients, value in the form of sharing what's working, what's not working, how we're optimizing things and driving more measurable impact. Any kind of efficiencies that we can gain to eliminate time to collect data, pull it together, put it in one place, allows us to add more value for our clients. And by reviewing this dashboard on a regular basis, even daily basis in some cases, and determining what the insights are coming from the data, we can craft that story for our clients and make sure that by having this dashboard available all the time, it doesn't just have to be a monthly occurrence. We talked about that earlier. It doesn't just have to be a monthly report. It's something that if the client has a question one day, we could pull up the dashboard, go through the metric, and answer that question quickly. And that adds real value to the relationship overall.
Very clear. And Diana, you helped Marketri building the dashboards of ClicData, and you've done that for a few other clients. For agencies specifically, how would you describe? Because I don't want to put my head of marketing director ClicData, but hearing from you guys, what has been your experience with that?
Yeah, so actually, ClicData is the primary business intelligence tool that we really recommend to our clients. And for a lot of them, it's the first time that they would hear about it. And once we tell them about the benefits of using ClicData over other tools, they get convinced. So, first and foremost, it's very cost effective. Second is that it's able to really smoothly and seamlessly integrate data into one platform. So it has a lot of native connectors, and actually every update there's another a few
Yep.
sets of connectors adding. So it's really fascinating. The list of applications that you can directly connect to it is really increasing on a regular basis. So it really makes it easier for us to pull the data and explore the data and go straight to the cleansing and transformation phase. So it also saves time on our end. And then it's very accessible. We don't have to install an application. We can use any web browser to access it. And it's capable of data warehousing, storing data, where it allows us to manipulate it and control the data within the ClicData platform itself. And again, it's also very fully customizable from the metrics that the clients would like to see and compute to the all the visual elements, all the filters. Basically, always starting each project on a blank canvas, so that the client has a say in how they want the dashboards to look like and to function. Yep.
That's one thing that one recurring thing that we see across a project, but also use cases is we want to gain control over our data, and it's a big thing across the board. So thank you for the explanation. We have a couple of minutes left for Q&A. Let me take a look at the chat. So we have Christopher asking, how many data sources can we connect in the dashboards? I can answer that. Diana, do you want to take or maybe answer first, and I can complete if you want?
Yeah, sure. As far as I know, you can connect as much as you want to connect to the dashboards. We haven't hit any limit so far, so that's a really good thing with ClicData.
Yeah, and it's at the core of the philosophy on which ClicData has been built on. We don't want to tie one dashboard to one data source or one table. You can blend data from multiple sources. We've seen CRM, but also social media. In one dashboard, you could have LinkedIn, but also TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, just to compare across social platforms. So that's limitless. Another question, Philip, how long does it take to build the visualizations? I guess that again it depends on the complexity of the metric, but it's a very intuitive and drag and drop dashboard designer. So there's no really code required here. So I think that you could have a first laid out dashboard within a day if you have a proper mock-up validated by the end users. Could be within a day, really quickly. And that's something. There's another question that I think is interesting that we partially answered, but from Gareth. How do you share the dashboards with clients? We've seen that you branded it as Scrubbed. Jen, do you also white label it for your clients?
Yes. Yep. We give them access with their own login, and it has their branding with their information, and so they can go in and look at the dashboard at any time using their own login.
Yeah, and that's great in the marketing agency context, because you offer a client a seamless experience, right? They are in their own analytic portal and in environment, so that's really important. But you can share it, as Diana mentioned, through live links, which is a simple URL you can access from any device, or you can also send a snapshot of the dashboard by email, which is convenient for weekly updates. If you want to get in your inbox, let's say traffic information and conversions, just to get that information without having to log in to your account. Of course, if you see anything weird, then you log into the account and check why. Yeah, there are multiple ways to distribute dashboards and data, which is great, depending also on the preference of the users. So that's I hope that answers the question. And I think there are no other questions, and we've hit the 30 minutes. So that's a wrap up. Thank you very much again, ladies, for your time and for the demo, the insights and the practical tips. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and it's been useful. And let me know if you have any questions. We can take it offline. You'll get the recording link in your inbox. Again, it will be available on YouTube, on our websites, on LinkedIn, wherever. And I wish you ladies a great rest of your day, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.